Hello everybody, and welcome once again to Virtual Church here on Beauty and Sound on Trinity Sunday. And as you may have heard at the beginning of the broadcast, we had the wonderful Prelude in E flat major by J.S. Bach, which was nicknamed the Saint Anne. Why did I have that piece, you ask? I can hear you shouting. Why? But why did you have the Bach at the beginning? Well, let me tell you why we had the Bach at the beginning. The piece, the Prelude and Fugue in E flat, the Saint Anne by J.S. Bach, is littered full of references to the Trinity. And then we went into Holy, Holy, Holy to the wonderful tune NICEA, which is of course perfect for the Trinity. Holy, Holy, Holy. Father, the Son, and you know who. I do hope you're all well. Let's go straight on to our next hymn. The Church's one foundation is Jesus Christ her Lord. She is his new creation by water and the word. Wonderful, wonderful tune called Aurelia. And it's been requested by Roger Kingston, who says, although it's not necessarily a Trinity hymn, I believe this hymn gives a good leading role into the unity we find on BIS. So thank you very much, Roger, for requesting it, and also for saying that. I should say the first hymn we had, Holy, 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 was requested by James Mossop. And James always comes up trumps with some of the great hymns. And he says, quite simply, a great hymn for Trinity. Let's have a go with Aurelia now. Okay, one of my favourite all-time hymns, the Church's One Foundation, as Doug Alderdice has noted, with a little bit of Noel there in the final verse, because that is one of the best. It doesn't really do much, but as I've said before, sometimes less is more when it comes to just changing the harmony in the final verse, just changing a chord here and there without going absolutely mental. I think actually just teasing the congregation is actually more effective in a way. So yes, knick-knack, we are in E flat, and actually we are going to stay in E flat for our fourth item actually. So we've had the Bach, Holy, 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 Aurelia, and then now we're going to have REPTON. So the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and their pet dog. Why not? So 4 pieces in E flat, the Holy Trinity plus 1. Because after all, 3's a crowd, right? So you just want to have that extra 1. Okay, so Dear Lord and Father of Mankind has come in from Alan Matthew, who says, just quite simply, it's one of my all-time favourite hymn tunes. I don't think this is a particularly Trinitarian hymn, but it's wonderful anyway, so we ought to have it. Because this is the hymn that caused someone to comment on one of my posts. He was in uproar. He was so angry that how I was registering by hand on every line. So I said, how about after every word? Do you remember that? So that was in the final verse where we have let flesh retire. Sorry, that was weird. Did you guys not see that? You wouldn't have seen that, would you? My solo keys just went down. Because I think there's a cat walking on my keyboard. Nala, I heard that's you, and nothing else in there. Because otherwise, the BIS organ is officially haunted. If you just rewind about 20 seconds when I looked down at the solo keys, you'll just see maybe just some of these keys moving. Unless I'm really sort of freaking out. Anyway, yes, word painting. Flesh, and let flesh retire, speak through the earthquake, wind and fire, and then, oh still, small voice of calm. Oh still, small voice of calm. Oh, thank heavens, it's Nala. Hello, Nala. Do you know what, Nala? I've never been more relieved to see you. Take that as a compliment. Okay, let's go in with this one. Let me just grab some stops, would you mind? Let's get a sort of a 12thy, Nazardy sort of sound going for verse 1. And this is what it's going to sound like. Isn't that such a gorgeous hymn? Music is by Charles Hubert Hastings Parry, Sir Charles Parry of Ours Glad fame, and Hear My Words Ye People fame, and Jerusalem fame as well, of course, and did those feats in ancient time. And the words are by John Whittier. Wonderful words and wonderful music. Okay, so thank you very much, Alan, for sending that one through. And I just want to say thank you as well to Spencer, who has said, "This has become the best part of my Sunday." Well, that's very kind. Thank you for all the music. And James Mossop, who requested the first hymn, said, "Another great hymn that might work for Trinity is How Shall I Sing That Majesty?" Ooh. Well, we might have that one later on in the live requests section. So if you are able to make a live request, that makes virtual church more interactive, a bit more fun. You can request an organ piece that you think I might be able to play at site, always in the repertoire, or you can request any hymn you like. I really appreciate all of your requests. Okay, so now tomorrow, as all you Americans know, is a rather special day for you, isn't it? It's because tomorrow is Memorial Day, the 27th of May. And I've been sent this medley of pieces by, I think it's coming from Brady, who says, "This is for Memorial Day, 27th, tomorrow, honouring and mourning the US military personnel who died while serving in the US armed forces." So for people in America, people in England, this very much is, similar to our Remembrance Sunday towards the 11th of November. Are you okay? What's the matter? Random? Are you just not moving? Okay. So in this medley are a number of hymns, or songs if you like, and I'm not going to tell you what they are, but I want to see people who know, recognise the tunes. I want you to shout out, what they are, and so we can let people who don't know what they are know what they are. Okay, Google, YouTube lights. I've got to fix this because Nala, what are you doing? Don't lie on the keyboard. No, that's the worst thing you could do at this minute. Nala, okay. Well, I've got a feeling she's going to cause carnage in a minute. Okay, so here we go. Let me know what these tunes are. I know what they are because they're on the page, but you let me know what they are, and you let your fellow listeners know what the tunes are. Okay, let's have a go at this. So this is obviously a very poignant piece. So we remember all of our comrades who have fought in various battles, conflicts, wars, I guess in all the world, not just in America. We remember everyone. So let's do that, shall we? Okay. Well, there we go, something a bit different. But what we had in there, as far as I could see, was, apart from Grumpy Cats, we had America, going into Eternal Father, strong to save, very well known hymn. And then we had Semper Paratus, the US Air Force. All right. And then the caisons, or caisons, go rolling along. And then one, which I can't quite see, let me zoom to the end. And the final one is the Marines hymn. It's the official song of the US Marine Corps. How did you all know? Did you all know those? I hope so. There we go. Cool. Right. Excellent stuff. So now I've got another cat here. Bobby, what's going on? Okay, so let's just stick with where are we going to next? Oh yes, here we go. Back to my hymnal. And let me just go down to O, the letter O, beautiful. No, that's F, that's nowhere near F. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Okay, so we had this one just a little bit in the previous section, but this one comes in from Tyler Hyman, who says, can you please play O Beautiful for Spacious Skies, known as America the Beautiful, because tomorrow is Memorial Day. So I will. I'll give you two verses of this wonderful, wonderful tune, and you stay there, my darling. Unlike last week when you did not stay there. You stay there. Okay, don't be tempted to walk on the keys. Thank you. Quick, let's play it before she walks on those keys. Okay, guys, I think we managed to get through a hymn without her playing more than one note. I think she did brush her cheek down there somewhere. Okay, well done, Bobby. Thank you for that. Cool. Right, where are we up to on my list? Done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one. Excellent. Now, Daniel Kibaki's up next. I'm just trying to get through these because I've got a lot of requests for this week, actually. So, get through these and then we can chat a little bit because I've had a very busy week. You know where I've been, right? Where have I been? Those people who are up to date with beauty and sound shenanigans Where have I been? It's actually a good shout out and a reminder for you to follow me on social media. So Facebook, search for Beauty and Sound on there, and that's generally where I put most of my updates. And then I also do Instagram as well for sort of nice pictures and stuff. Now, what is going on? Why haven't I got this hymn on here? Why haven't I got this hymn on here? It is there. Right. So Daniel Kibaki says, of all the tunes to Nearer My God to Thee, he wants one that isn't on my iPad. Typical, Daniel. Where do I find this one then? HORBURY. No, I don't know. I don't know whether I can find it, I'm afraid. Let me just have a quick look. Sorry, can you just not request normal tunes, please? Rather than me making me earn my money. I can't play it. James, Josh, could you please look at the request form at Daniel's request, the tune. Where do I find that tune? He's put here, Hymns Ancient and Modern. Let's have a look. Hymns Ancient and Modern, 352. Look, we've got a cat walking on the keys. Where else do you see this online ever? It's utterly ridiculous. Excellent, Daniel. Top marks. It's here. I've got it. Bobby, your tail's on the music desk now. It's getting out of hand. Come on, Bobby, do something useful rather than just walking over me. Oh my goodness! Right, HORBURY is the tune that we're going to play to Nearer My God to Thee, nearer to Thee, even though it be a cross that raiseth me. Richard Allegra, I know. It's the cats. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Oh no! Yes, I've been in Hungary. Paul said it. Yeah. Who else came up with Hungary? This surely more than two of you. Come on. Do I? Can you? Is this microphone turned on? Right, Paul. Yeah, and Dantino. Carolyn, thank you very much, Carolyn. So three of you. I'm not going to bother talking anymore. I'm not going to bother posting anymore. Why do I bother? So don't look at Maki. This one is for you, my friend.
That was an interesting tune. The penultimate line was, "Oh, how amiable are thy dwellings."
That's very...
Bairstow chant.
Yeah, that's very niche.
Well, I bet some people out there will know exactly what I mean.
That's very niche, that. Who knows what she's on about? Right, I've got to... Look at this. Can you read that? If you squint, you can just about read it. Okay, so... Upcoming next is from Daniel Spears, who says about, I bind unto myself today the strong name of the Trinity. I'm going to have to bring this music desk as far forward as it will go because the music is absolutely tiny. He says, I appreciate how the circular feel of the 3/4 time signature reveals the Trinitarian theology present in this hymn. The music reveals the immanent Trinity, that is, the circular outpouring of love in the interior life of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. And the text reveals the economic Trinity. Didn't know that. God's extrinsic actions throughout our salvation history. Furthermore, says Daniel, the multiplicity of verses provides many opportunities for creative word painting. Does it now? So, let me just make sure that I've got my geography. So verses 1, 2, and go through verse 2.
Oh, wow.
And then 4.
Are you having to read that?
And then, well, yes, I don't know it from memory.
Have you got your magnifying glass?
Well, I've got my specs on, but...
Blimey. That's small print.
Well, don't fear not, because I've pulled the music desk forwards, you see.
Yes, and Doug's, I love music. Richard's music desk. Ours at church is very clunky, and you have to release pegs on the side to move it up and down. I'm sorry, but the music desk, that is small print. I mean, there's no getting around that. Oh, my word.
Yeah, Doug, I have to move pegs.
Oh, it's this one. At least you know this one. You could probably play this one blindfolded by now anyway.
Well, no. Maybe. No, I'm not going to try.
Yeah, okay. Oh, so that's okay. You've got a head start then.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be a little bit squinty in this one. So I apologise in advance for being a little bit squinty. Geography let me down a bit there. Let me just go back a line. Go back a line. Well, there you go. I don't think I've ever seen so many bars on a single page in my life before. 8 pages there of very, very small print, which is why I got a little bit ahead of myself at one point, because my eyes were sort of moving faster than my fingers were. But anyway, that was for Daniel Spears. It's obviously called the St. Patrick's Breastplate. I don't actually. Oh yeah, that's the Charles Villiers Stanford arrangement, of course.
Jerry Martin played that.
It's his year this year, Charles Stanford.
Jerry Martin played that online, didn't he? A few months ago.
Well,
Stanford with the St. Patrick's Breastplate.
Yeah, that's right. There's one of his sonatas is
the Sonata Celtica.
Well done.
As provided by Andrew Patton, not by me.
I was going to be very impressed with your knowledge of organ music there.
I know.
Okay, so let's go into now the NEH for a request which comes in from Claire. Now, I have to go into the NEH because this hymn isn't on my iPad, but it's a wonderful hymn. It's by Howells, no less. It's number 141.
Oh, it's Doug's birthday.
If you have the NEH to hand. Hello, Doug. Happy birthday. Are you 40 yet?
I think we should sing to him. He's a heritage listener.
Okay.
Come on, Richard.
Well, we need to
Doug's birthday.
We need to discuss this thing like in committee before we go live, rather than doing it live whilst I'm talking about a hymn. That's not how Simon Mayer does things, is it?
No, come on. Happy birthday, then this. Come on.
Hang on, there's a chord here. No, I need to work out this chord. Because I always play it wrong. So that's a G flat, and then what happens there? That chord is odd, isn't it? So it's sort of like that. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so Claire Suzanne, who was the requestor, says, I just received my confirmation, congratulations, and chose the name St. Joan of Arc. I don't know what that means. What do you mean you choose your name when you've had your confirmation? Could someone let me know? What does that? Do you know what that means? I didn't choose the name. No, I would have chosen Bart Simpson when I was 10. Anyway, so she then says, I like this hymn's theme of the Holy Spirit's light, because my name Claire means light, which I also didn't know. Didn't know that. My Peugeot is called
Phoebe,
which means sun.
The sun.
Yeah, because she's bright yellow. And Claire says, so I like this hymn's theme of the Holy Spirit's light, because my name Claire means light, and St. Joan of Arc was led by the Holy Spirit throughout her mission. Didn't know that at all. All of that was new to me. So the tune here is called Salisbury, and it's a wonderful, wonderful hymn. So we'll have this first, and then we'll entertain Doug. Okay.
Okay. Nick Knack just said, isn't there a new version of the NEH just recently come out? Well, yes, there is. It's called the Revised English Hymnal, and Richard played the whole thing, cover to cover, on VIS, live. I
did. Well remembered. But I don't know what hymn number this is in the revised in REH, isn't it? REH. So, Holy Spirit ever dwelling in the holiest realms of light by Herbert Norman Howells. A favourite here on BIS. So what they said about
No, the microphone's open. I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, press that one.
It wasn't
That
lit
one.
Yeah, it wasn't lit up.
Yeah, but it doesn't light up when that tick goes away. Look.
No,
so
how's I to know?
So you could have pressed any of those buttons. So what did you press?
Nothing. Because I was expecting that to be lit up.
You didn't even try to fix it then, you just looked at it.
No, I know what to do.
What good is that? Just staring at it with your arms on your hips.
Well, I was thinking...
What sort of producer is that?
I'm not the producer, Josh is.
Anyway, oh dear. James, you've heard it before. It's a gorgeous tune, isn't it? It's called Salisbury. It's by Herbert Howells, and Herbert Howells was for a short period of time. I don't know what his title was, but he would have been essentially the assistant director of music or assistant organist at Salisbury until he became too ill to fulfill his role, unfortunately. But wonderful tune, and that was for Claire.
St. Joan of Arc.
Yes, did anyone say...
I was too busy thinking about microphones and talk buttons.
Oh, so you haven't even got that?
No.
You need to be more on it. Just like I am.
You need to be more on it.
I'm on it. I'm on the organ.
You missed a measure in your...
No, it wasn't a
St.
measure. It was 4
breastplate.
lines I missed.
Well, there we are.
I went to the wrong page. I wanted to look to see whether anyone did Richard Allegra.
No, I don't think there was anything about...
It's traditional to add a saint's name to yours at confirmation.
Oh, Catholic confirmation, okay.
There we go.
That might be why then.
So can you actually call yourself now the name that you choose? So could you be known as Joan of Arc? I mean, it's a genuine question. I don't know.
Simpson, Richard McVeigh.
But so when
Shame you weren't a Catholic.
when can you refer to yourself as that chosen name? Is my question. What does it mean? Is it just for that day, or is it? Do you have to change your passport? Well, I don't know. So if someone could let.
Ian Gardner says not unusual. It wasn't going on in Chichester Cathedral when I was confirmed. It wasn't going on in Chesterfield Parish Church when you were confirmed. So.
Well, when Hugo was confirmed, we weren't asked if we wanted to give him a nickname.
No, he was baptised. He hasn't been confirmed.
But he's not Catholic either, is he?
No.
Oh, yeah, sorry, confirmation, not baptism. Yes, confirmation, christening, yeah, okay, different things entirely. Engaged brain. Right, so, is it someone's birthday?
John Marshall, my understanding is that the confirmation name becomes an additional middle name. Yeah, it's someone's birthday today.
Just middle name, okay.
Not just any old someone either. It's Doug's birthday.
I didn't say anything about an old. You said that.
Oh, well, not just any old someone. It's Doug. Doug,
okay, well,
VIL, a very important listener.
What are we going to do then?
Well, I think we better sing.
Oh dear, do you reckon?
Yeah.
What, are you going to do it live?
Yeah.
Oh, you're up for it, are you?
Yeah. Ready.
Go.
Happy
Come on. Oh my God. Go.
Happy
where you are then.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Doug. Happy birthday to you.
Nail the start.
Nailed
Absolutely
it.
nail the start. Yeah. Anyone would think that we've never done stuff before. There we go, Doug. You had a very, very Just perfect rendition. No, that was one take. We wouldn't bother doing that again, would we? If it was pre-recorded, it would be fine. Yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. Good grief. There we go. Nick Nat says, best happy birthday he's ever heard. Yeah. That was, fantastic. Happy birthday, Doug. Hope you've had a good day. I hope well, I suppose in America it's still middle of the day, isn't it? So, hope you're having a good one. And
good time for a birthday, May. Charlotte was born in May.
Yeah, I like it because you're about to go into summer, aren't you? And you're about to have a good few months ahead. Whereas I'm a December birthday. It's always cold, always wet, always miserable, and no one's got any money.
You just go and live in Australia, then you'd be all right.
No one's got any money because people are saving up for Christmas presents. So I get forgotten about. Get my violin out.
Forgotten about.
Anyway, let's go into our next hymn, which comes in from Heki. Which
hang on, you got a personalised improvisation from John Hosking on your birthday.
Did? That was the best present ever. That was. Yeah.
That's not being forgotten about on your birthday. and you had a Colin Caterpillar cake.
Ate it all in one.
With good. John Hosking and Sam Sleeth, and we had a proper party that year.
It was good. It was a good year. A vintage year, that. So, next hymn that comes in is from Heki, as I've just said, and he says, if you don't know this hymn yet, you need to get to know it. So, this better be good. He says, this is one of the greatest and most beautiful hymns I know. And Heki's really setting this up, isn't he? The lyrics are touching and fit the melody perfectly. Well, Heki, I can say that I do not know this, and I don't expect many people in the chat will know it either. So let's ask the chat if you know this hymn. You follow Jesus, your Saviour dear. He washed your conscience and made it pure. Your song confesses your joy so true, through tears of sorrow may trouble you. Okay, Heki, if you're watching, could you now let us know where, something about this hymn? So, where does it come from? Which country is it? And could you also write the composer of the tune and perhaps what the tune's called? Bobby just jumped into my elbow.
She's come to say happy birthday to Doug.
Hi, Bob. Yes,
what happened to Nala
we
last
will
week.
be having invites to the BIS music review when it's done. Yes. I don't know what happened to Nala last week.
She was locked in the garage.
Well,
that's why she wasn't here. She was devastated to miss us.
Whose fault was that then?
That was mine. I shut her in there. She was asleep on the.
I wasn't going to bring it
cover.
up, but
poor Nala. She was very cross.
Surprised. So here we go. Who knows this tune? Because as Heki says, if you don't know this hymn yet, you need to get to know it. This is one of the greatest and most beautiful hymns I know. Well, let's have a listen to it, shall we? Well, there we go. So that was, I think, one of Hecky's absolutely favourite hymns. There he is in the chat now. He says, this one is songs. It's from Songs and Hymns of Zion. You follow Jesus, your Saviour dear. Thank you very much for that, Hecky, and thank you for writing in the chat what it was. Did you put anything else earlier up? No. Okie dokie, I don't know. Andrew Patton says, I don't know this, but it's a grand and noble tune. Nigel says,
beautiful and long, strong Nordic tune from Hecky from Barbara.
Don't recognise a tune, but it seems pleasant enough. There we go. Who's Lady Caroline?
That's me.
Is that what they call you?
Daniel does.
Lady Caroline. It's better than Carolyn, as some people call you. Even though your name isn't Carolyn. Anyway, so thank you very much, Hecky, for that. Oh, right. Oh, we have a bit of a banger now.
A banger? What do you think, Bobby?
Before we go into...
Bobby's bangers.
I've got a lot of pre-requests this week.
Well, it's Trinity Sunday.
I know. Well, they're not all Trinity Sunday, Trinity hymns. Have we had some good Trinity requests coming in?
Hecky, you're very welcome.
I think we should start requesting some really good Trinity hymns. Why did no one give me a Trinity top 5? You missed out there. Let's
We've
go.
had COE FEN requested by James.
We have.
And you love
that is
that hymn, so...
well, what makes you think that? I do love that hymn.
I just have a hunch.
Do I give you that impression?
It's one of Nala's favourite hymns too. She told me yesterday.
There we go. Right, so the next one that comes in is from Tyler Hyman, who doesn't give a reason for requesting it, but has requested all glory, Lord, and honour to you, Redeemer King, to the tune St. Theodulph. And this does have the refrain, don't worry, because if you don't have the refrain, it feels unfinished, doesn't it? So, let's have a go with this one. This is a great hymn. This comes from the St. John Passion, no less, by J.S. Bach. And it goes like this.
indeed.
Thanks. Yeah, so who was that? Nick Nat says it's such a great, it's a great hymn, but it's a shame it's only sung once a year. It's true, but I think there are other words to it as well. I mean, the words here are all glory, Lord, and honour. So it's this is a Palm Sunday type
purring,
of
Bill?
hymn.
I don't think so. Well, Bobby's here, but she's in the back. But you can see Bobby in the background. She's in the VIP chair.
Oh, she's gone for the VIP seat, is she?
Yeah, she is.
All right, Bob, you can stay there. I think she's been a bit off colour today. Have you given her some of the B's and the C's?
Nala was doing something weird as well.
Well, she was walking over the keyboard earlier.
Oh, was she?
From inside the organ. It gave me a little bit of a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
Funny.
Because I was just talking and the key started to go down. And it took me by surprise.
I think it's the blower, Bill, because Bobby is probably not close enough to my mic to pick up the purring.
And this is a very,
Andrew joined it. It was the first hymn
microphone.
Richard played after St Anne Prelude.
What's that?
Have you done Holy, Holy, Holy to the tune NICEA yet?
Yes, we have indeed. Oh, you heard that from upstairs, did you?
Of course I did. You couldn't not hear it from upstairs.
You were on your
Can't hear
bed.
anything else.
You were on your bed.
That's a train. That's not purring.
Okay, so the next hymn that comes in is from Benjamin Yao, who says, requesting this because it is over a year since it has been requested. And it is, hark, sinner, hark, we have tidings so true, tidings of pardon and blessings for you. God, in his word, says that Christ on the tree died for guilty sinners and salvation is free. Okay, and it's called Ring the Bells, and you'll see why it's called Ring the Bells, because it's a little like a bell ringer's hymn, this one. So that was Hark, Sinner Hark, a really uplifting tune sent in this week by Daniel Benjamin Yao. Hark, Sinner Hark, what tidings so true, tidings of pardon and blessings for you. God in his word that says Christ on the tree died for guilty sinners and salvation is free. Hear the news, sinner, free, free, free. Why not believe it? 'Tis good news for thee. Jesus, the just one, has died on the tree, died for guilty sinners, and salvation is free. There we go. So thank you very much, Benjamin. Yay. Good hymn. No fermata, though. Ooh, interesting. No fermata. Okie dokie. So we're going to go now into... let's have a quick look at this. Bill Ratey has sent in an organ piece on Eventide, which looks lovely. So let's have a look at this. And this will take us into the live requests. So Prelude on the tune Eventide by Raymond H. Haan, or Haan, H-A-A-N. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide, obviously. What does he want there? So I haven't quite got this set up, Bill. So we'll see what we can do, though. Okay, so if I start up on the choir, in fact, I'll put you onto Hauptwerk so you can see which stops I'm setting it up with. Can you see that okay? Is that all right? In fact, why can't you see me talking? I thought I had you on the... I thought I had you on... Let me just grab something. Go to this one. Oh, this is so professional, isn't it? Paste, duplicate. Ah, there I am. Hi everyone. Let me pop me up in this corner.
Your head's floating on the screen.
It certainly is. There we go. Right. So behind that is a few tremolants and stuff, but I'm not using the tremolants. So what does he want? So he wants the Celestes for verse 1, and then a bit of choir accompaniment. So we'll have that as well. And I think in verse 2 he wants, oh my goodness me, double pedal part there. Heavens help us. He wants sort of a mutation-y type thing. Okay, let's get that set up. Haven't quite got the exact registrations that I've been asked for, but most people won't know. But we'll see what we can do. So, sight reading galore, all right? Been hungry all week and was out all day yesterday at a friend's wedding, so I've not really had much time to gather any thoughts at all. So let's have a go with this. See what it sounds like. Fibrillary. Very beautiful. Thank you very much, Bill, for sending it through. So I pretty much got the registrations almost as was expressed in the score, but when you're doing it all by hand quite quickly and you're sight reading the piece, it's quite hard to do that. But I think I gave you the general impression. Bobby said, not our Bobby Hendley says, Jerry Hancock did an incredible arrangement of Eventide that Bobby still uses every time the tune is called for. Well, Bobby, can you please send me through the that score? Send it through an email if you can, because I'd like to see that. And I'm interested to see what that is like, if that's okay. I might play it. Okie dokie, let's go into our
live requests
now. So, who have...
I believe it's James Mossop first with COE FEN, Nala's favourite hymn.
I just want to say a big shout out to Doc Bauer.
Yes, thank you,
who
Doc Bauer.
Has donated a very generous amount of money. Thank you very much, Doc. Who says, thank you for the wonderful music and company. Well, I must admit, I thank you for the wonderful company. I might give you some wonderful music, but the company is all down to you guys. So thank you very much for your company, and thank you, Doc, for your wonderful donation. Tonight, if you'd like me to play a particular hymn, please do write it in the chat, and our producers, the wonderful James and the wonderful Josh, will capture it and make sure that I play it before I go to bed.
So actually, Doc Bauer had a question. He's transiting London on Saturday, June the 8th. Does anyone in the chat have any info on any organ performances or places to visit that day? So you could just go to somewhere like Westminster Abbey or St Paul's Cathedral and listen to choral evensong. Then you would hear one of our great cathedral organists playing one of our great cathedral instruments. You just hearing the voluntary and accompanying the hymns and accompanying the canticles is exciting, and the psalms is exciting and thrilling, I would say.
That's true.
What would you do, Richard? Saturday, June the 8th in London.
Well,
which organ would you go to? Which organ would you go out of your way to hear in London?
Oh God,
come on, pin your colours to the mast
no,
here.
I'd probably go to like you say, I probably would go to an evensong, to a service somewhere, and because then you hear the organ played in the context of a service with the choir, which I think enhances the sound of the organ. When you have the organ rumbling away into the choir, and the choir singing, all of that together is really thrilling. So you might go to St Paul's, or you might go to Westminster Abbey, or of course Westminster Cathedral to hear the organ there. So I would say go, if you're here on Saturday, the services on Saturday tend to be a bit bigger, a bit more exciting music, although I don't know whether Westminster Cathedral have a fully sung service on Saturday anymore. I think it's sung by the adults, not the choristers. I don't know. Maybe have a look on their website. Southwark as well, of course, where I recorded recently. Southwark is a great organ and a great place. Just look out for the trains because it's noisy. And yeah, places like that. And St Martin's in the Fields is a good organ.
Temple Church.
I don't know what they do, whether they have service on Saturday or not. But so yeah, have a look on the various websites, and let us know afterwards where it was that you went to. So I'm now going to play our first live request, which came in from James. So James actually pretty much opened VC tonight with Holy, Holy, Holy. He requested that one in advance. And he's very generously sponsored How Shall I Sing That Majesty for £20, COE FEN. So James, thank you very much for doing that. That's very kind. And I will of course play it. I will play. I'm going to try to play. I don't know whether I can or not.
You are welcome, Doc Bauer.
Is it in here?
Thank you for the info, he says. If it were me, I'd go to Westminster Abbey, but that's just me.
That's a good experience there.
It is. Just get there early. You get a good seat.
Yeah.
It's a special place. So is St Paul's, but Westminster Abbey is just so much gold.
Gold.
I
wasn't expecting to say
that. And
that.
the organ is, well, there is. It's like a normal cathedral, but just with so much gold.
Bling.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bling.
And
lots of bling.
you could go on a tour of the Abbey beforehand and see all the amazing graves, like the Poets' Corner, Musicians' Corner, and the choir are world class.
Certainly are. And you have to go there quick to hear the organist playing, Peter Holder, because he's off. He's off to Oxford to be director of music at a church where I recorded a church. I say church, it's a cathedral, Christ Church. So where BIS were only a few months ago, Peter Holder, the number 2 at Westminster Abbey, is going to be the director of music at Christ Church Cathedral in Oxford, which is very exciting. Very well deserved, I think. So here we go. How shall I sing that Majesty, which angels do admire, to the tune COE FEN, sponsored and requested by James Mossop. Well, thank you very much, Archbishop Patrick, for saying, I have yet to hear anyone play COE FEN as well as Risha. So, awesome, he says. Thank you very much, Archbishop. That's a very kind of you. And of course, thank you very much to Heiki, who's just sent through $10. So thank you very much,
And thank you to Ian Garden for sharing the inspiring text about him in the live chat for everyone to follow along.
Yeah, wonderful. It's wonderful.
Great words.
It is like, I think it's one of the best modern hymns.
Yeah.
I wonder when it was written. Does it say on that one? No. No.
I have what I think probably is the definitive answer to our question about the name, giving yourself an additional name when
Oh,
you're
yeah, for the
confirmed. So
Catholic
Thomas Moranta
confirmation.
has said, the name is required as part of the Catholic faith confirmation. As the bishop anoints us, he would use the name that is chosen. And apparently Thomas chose James after his father, so when he was anointed it was as Thomas James. So it's a Catholic tradition, which is why you and I
Okay.
are not familiar with it.
Right. Well, I haven't played for confirmations at Arundel. I've played for christenings, but not confirmations. So it's a Catholic thing.
Knick-knack, yes, it is. COE FEN is in the Revised English Hymnal.
It is, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But without the
I
descant.
can't believe you didn't come to that live stream, Knick-knack. It was epic. And the other thing about that Revised English Hymnal, Knick-knack, is epic, is that the, what's it called? Cumruntha is in
Yes.
A flat major.
It is. It's up high, isn't it?
A flat major, upper semitone, and it's printed in Welsh language as well as English language with a few other hymns.
It is.
Goodness me.
That's because one of the editors is Welsh. So yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the Welsh do have a monopoly on some great hymns, so why can't they print it in their own language?
I completely agree. Yeah, they do have a wonderful
It's a bit niche,
selection.
but hey, who are we to judge? If they wrote it, it's theirs.
There we go. So yes, Andrea Patter, Peter Sharp says it was the hymn at Choral Evensong at York Minster today. Oh, it is a wonderful hymn. So the next hymn that I'm going to play comes in from Scott Flanagan. Thank you very much, Scott, for your $10. And Scott has asked for, let's see over on this side of the screen. He says, one of my all-time favourite hymns for Trinity Sunday is "Come Join the Dance of Trinity" to the tune "KINGSFOLD." And if you've got the Evangelical Lutheran Worship hymn book to hand, it's number 412. So I'm going to play from here right now. So Scott, thank you very much for sending through your 10, and here is your request.
So as we've been, while you were playing that, Peter Sharp and Andrew Patton were discussing that it was one of Francis Jackson's chosen hymns at his funeral.
It was.
And he wanted it played in a
Very
very
slow.
stately, slow manner.
He gave metronome markings for everything in the service.
Aww.
So the hymn was played very slowly. Slower than I played it, actually.
Yeah.
Much slower.
Meanwhile, Doc Bowers said, Richard is able to change registration so smoothly and artistically, reminds me of the late Keith Chapman.
Oh.
You need to play Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella. I haven't played that for a while. We missed that.
It's not Christmas.
One of our... No, never mind.
I have to wait another 6 months and then I'll play it again. 7 months, isn't it?
I love that. It's great. Took you about 3 years to learn it. But
No,
you learned it.
It took me 3 years to get round to learning it.
Wow.
It didn't take me 3 years to learn it.
Wow.
Let's
And also some... Sorry, I'm jumping around now. Useful trivia.
It's really helpful, isn't it, to have
Ian
a
Garden.
conversation.
Right. Oh,
I had a request from Kathleen Lewis. Holy God, we praise thy name.
hang on a minute.
That's a good one.
You interrupted me. Ian Garden. Ken Naylor wrote the tune COE FEN. He died in 1991. John Mason wrote the words How Shall I Sing. He died in 1694. So the words are ancient. The hymn is modern. He's not even listening. He's not even listening. He's looking at this piece.
No, I know that because the words are actually in NEH, but to I think to the Tallis tune.
Oh, okay. The one that's in Tallis's canon.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Fantasia on. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that one. Ah.
Yeah. I think
Those
it's
are the
that.
words.
I think it is. Yeah, but the tune obviously isn't.
Indeed. That's all the trivia I have for you.
What is
You
it?
can carry on now. I think that naughty harmonisation was courtesy of Noel Rawsthorne, Ian. I think it was.
Okay, so this next one comes in from Nick Knack, who's requested some very familiar words. Firmly I believe and truly, God is three and God is one. And I next acknowledge Julie, D-U-L-Y, not our friend Julie. Duly, manhood taken by the sun. This is a strange hymn in the sense that it goes all over the place. So it goes from verse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think I've just about sussed it out. The tune is called ALTON, and it's not the one that I know. So give me a thumbs up if you know this tune. So, firmly I believe and truly for Nick Knack to the tune ALTON. There we go. Never seen that hymn before in my entire life. It's by Patrick Appleford, and as I've said before, it's called ALTON. The words were familiar words, firmly I believe and truly. Did anyone give me a thumbs up if they knew that? Only one person knew it, and it was Man's Mouse. Only one person was listening to what I asked in the chat. It happened earlier. I asked the question, and two people answered. So there we go. So that was an interesting new hymn for us to learn. So thank you very much, Nick Knack.
I think we're on the last hymn request now.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm actually feeling rather shattered, if I'm honest with you.
Well, you've been to Hungary this week and you went to a wedding. Maybe
Yeah.
organised a wedding.
Did?
Dance the night away, knowing you.
Oh, no one else could get on the dance floor because I was hogging it. Let me tell you, I was all over the dance floor. I really was. No one else could get near the dance floor because I was knocking out the shapes left, right, and centre.
Do you think you ought to give the group advance warning that there's not going to be VC next week?
Well, there might be something.
Oh, you are thinking of doing it because you said to me earlier you wouldn't be doing it because you were going to St Mary Redcliffe.
Again, we need to discuss things in committee before, rather than discussing it whilst we've got the microphones open.
All right. So there might be. So tune in next week. There probably will be a VC.
There we go.
He's changed his mind. It's because you
No, there was always
enjoy
going to
it
be
so much.
There was always going to be something, but
Okay.
it might not be live.
Okay. All right. Tune in
There
next
we go.
week. Same time, same place.
Yeah, it will be a surprise to find out.
Will you see us live,
to
or will
find
you just
out-
see
well,
Nala?
You'll see us either way, whether it's live or a recorded version of us. You have to find out. So then I think this is the final one.
It
I
is.
think.
Kathleen Lewis.
Kathleen Lewis.
Thank you to
very much,
everyone who
Kathleen.
donated tonight but didn't request.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. It is really helpful. Massively helpful, thank you. So, Holy God, we praise thy name is coming up next. And it's coming from Kathleen Lewis, who very generously sent through $20. And it's a really wonderful hymn. Grusa or Grosa? I've got a feeling it's Grusa.
No, there's no
I think there's something missing from that.
Oh no, we've had this discussion
Grusa,
before.
not about this word. Grusa Gott wir loben dich. I think it might be a Grusa, with a like I say, with an umlaut.
Eternal Father.
There it is. See? Oh, it hasn't got an umlaut.
No, that's
but
Grosser.
Oh, is it?
That's the double S. That
Yeah,
thing.
no,
Don't know what it's called.
I know that much. No, I don't know what it's called. Grosser Gott then. Oh, okay.
Barbara, suspense as to the
Come
thrill.
on then, Barbara. Well, let me put you out of your suspense, and you can enjoy this. Holy God, we praise your name. Wonderful tune that this is.
Oh dear.
Well, you know what that was, don't you? That was the fugue from the Prelude and Fugue in E flat major, known as the St. Anne, which is performed regularly on Trinity Sunday due to its references to the Trinity throughout the piece. It's being in E flat major with 3 flats. It's being in 3 sections, all sorts of things. You know, both the Prelude and the Fugue are in the 3 sections. Lots and lots of references to the Trinity.
But in spite of Bach's brilliance, Nala didn't think it was quite good enough, so she had to add a few notes of her own.
Yes, exactly. So I had a wonderful VC tonight with some wonderful collections, and thank you very much to Michelle, who's just dug very deep into her pockets and been very generous. Thank you very much, Michelle, for your donation. Love the Bach tonight.
Bookended by Bach.
$50.
Bookended the stream with Bach, didn't you?
Well, that's how the Klavierübung is.
But not with the stream and the waffle and the dodgy rendition of Happy Birthday. I don't think that made it into the Klavierübung.
You're right. There isn't a dodgy version of Happy Birthday in the Klavierübung. Maybe there was in the first edition, but I think maybe it was taken out. Right?
And Nala's added notes. I don't think they made it into the Klavierübung.
Klavierübung. Sounds a bit odd, that, doesn't it? Bung. Right. Anyway, before we go down avenues that we don't want to go down, so keep an eye out for next week's VC, because next week's VC, next Sunday, is the night before BIS embark upon its biggest project by far to date. It's when I go to Bristol, St Mary Redcliffe, on Monday the 3rd of June to record the organ. So the night before, I might just be getting things ready for that. So please forgive me if I'm not live, but I'll try my utmost to put something on in its place. If you haven't already checked out, by the way, a little spontaneous performance of this.
The World Cup winner, no less.
Was it?
Yes, it was the World Cup winner. How could you possibly forget?
Because I thought it was Praise My Soul. Maybe
No,
yeah.
it was the World Cup winner.
I put that on as a recording. I recorded it in Hungary, of all places, on a beautiful, beautiful organ, on a sample set that you know really well. And in my usual sort of crescendo way, played my way through it, and it's online as an upload, which went online earlier this evening. So go and check that out if you are craving for more hymns.
Nala, you sound like a bomb.
Thank you very much to Josh and to James, who've been helping me behind the scenes.
Yes,
telling me the microphones have been
Josh,
open.
Josh was the producer extraordinaire tonight.
Capturing the hymns, so thank you very much, guys.
I just interrupted you and sang Happy Birthday badly.
You always interrupt me, which is exactly what, was it Maurice put on the Facebook, BIS Ordnance Association. Yes.
John, it's
Can't get a word in edgeways.
John, it's probably Nala purring the crackling, I suspect.
Nunc dimittis in D flat. Wow, which one's that? In D flat. There's a Sidney Nicholson setting in D flat. Can't think of many settings in D flat though.
Oh, there's Bobby.
Can't think of many more actually.
Oh look, Bob, look at Nala.
Right, thank you very much everyone for your company tonight, and I will see you on the next one. I'll put a video out actually over the next couple of days, which I made in Hungary. So check out that video when it goes live. If you haven't already, click like on this video, please. I'd really appreciate that. And of course, I know you've subscribed already, but if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Leave me a comment on this video. Let me know which is your favourite hymn from tonight, and perhaps I'll upload that as a single upload. So until next time, I will say,
all of us here.
We'll all say a cheerio.
Cheerio.
Good night, everyone. You take care and you stay safe. Goodbye.